Hello all, this is Jyoti Lakshmi, Assistant Professor from the ADS Department of Ramco Institute of Technology, Rajapalayam. I welcome you all to this lecture. Here I am going to teach SDLC and the Secure SDLC. First of all, let us know what SDLC is. SDLC is the abbreviation for Software Development Lifecycle. It is a methodology for designing and implementing information systems. It contains different number of phases ranging from 3 to 12. Considering traditional SDLC, it has only 6 phases including investigation, analysis, design, implementation, maintenance, change of an information system. Here, the design includes both logical as well as physical design. Before moving on to SDLC, let us learn some of the key terms. Methodology. We saw it in the definition of SDLC. So, methodology is an approach to solve a problem based on list of procedures. There are many types of SDLC, including iterative and incremental, waterfall, spiral, rapid application development, JAD, agile, V-shaped. So, in the list, waterfall model is the traditional one. So, in every method has its own advantages and own disadvantages. Based on the situation, we have to choose the opt one. So let us discuss about waterfall model. Here the process flows from information gained in the previous step with the multiple opportunities to return to previous phases and make corrections. This is the architecture diagram of waterfall model. As I said earlier, there are many variants of waterfall model. A waterfall model having 6 phases is shown here. There will be both forward and backward process flow between two nearby phases and backward process flow between the current phase and its previous phase. For backtracking, if there is any changes needed means we can go to previous step. The first phase of the waterfall model is the investigation phase. It begins by examining the event that initiates the process and identify the objectives, scope and constraint of the project. A cost benefit analysis is done to evaluate the benefits and the level of cost. At the conclusion, a process will be undertaken to assess the feasibilities in the economical, technical and behavioral and ensure the implementation is worth the organizational time and effort. Then the analysis phase. The analysis phase begins with the information gained during the investigation phase. This phase usually do assessments that will check the organization has required capability to support the proposed system. Then the analyst begin by determining what the new system is expected to and how it will be interacts with the existing system. This phase finally gives a documentation of the findings and will update the feasibility analysis report. Then the third phase of the waterfall model is logical design. This phase starts from the information from last phase and creates a system solution for a problem. Based on the business need, applications are selected to provide the services and then the team chooses data support and structures capable of providing needed inputs. It is just a blueprint for desired solution. So it is implementation independent. That means it contains no reference to specific technologies, vendors or products. For even in real time, for a single problem we have multiple solutions, right? We will analyze and choose the best one. So like that, in the logical design also, analyst will analyze the options and will choose to the best one based on cost and benefits. Then the fourth one is physical design. Here specific technologies are selected for the logical design and evaluated and identify the best solution. The selected components are evaluated based on make or buy decision. That is, either we have to make the component or buy from the third party. So final designs integrate various components and technologies. The entire final solution is presented to the organization management for approval. The last before phase is implementation. If needed, any software can be created in their own organization or else it can be bought from third party. After buying, an organization has to test the individual components. So The users are to be trained and supporting documents has to be created. Once all the components are tested individually, it has to be combined as a whole system and tested as a system. A feasibility analysis is gained, prepared, and sponsors are presented with a system for a performance review and acceptance testing. The last phase is the maintenance and change. It is the longest and the most expensive of the process. At periodic points, the system is tested for compliance and feasibility of continuance versus discontinuance is evaluated for identifying whether the system needs halt or not. The people who manage and support the system must continuously monitor the effectiveness in relations to organizational environment. Suppose if the organization change, the system that support the organization has to be changed. When the current system has no longer support the organization, the project is terminated and new project has to be implemented. Thus, we have covered the 6 phases of waterfall model. Now, just to think and say, is SDLC enough to create secure information project? Just think. In any of the phases, whether have we considered security in the phases? No. Here comes into the need of secure SDLC. The same phases used in the traditional SDLC can be adapted to support the implementation of information secure project. Implementing information secure project involves identifying specific threats and creating methods to tackle them. The secure SDLC unifies this process and makes it a coherent program rather than series of unconnected actions. Investigation phase of secure SDLC. Directive from management dictates the process, outcomes, and goals of the project, including budget and other constraints. This phase begins with the enterprise information security policy. Responsible managers, employers, and contractors analyze the problem and identify the scope of the project along with the specific goals and objectives. And feasibility analysis is performed to determine whether the organization has sufficient resources to conduct a security analysis and design. The second phase of secure SDLC analysis. Here, the development team conducts a analysis of existing security policies or programs, current threats, and its associated controls. Also, they will do an analysis of relevant legal issues that may be affect the design of the security solution. It will analyze the privacy laws for the information, and also they will perform risk management for identifying, assessing, evaluating the level of risk in an organization related to threats to its security and information the organization stores and processes. Next is logical design. The team develops the blueprint for information secure project and implements the key policies. The team also plans incident response actions to be taken in the event of catastrophic loss. The planning answers the following questions. How will business continue in the event of loss? And what are the steps to be taken when an attack occurs? And what must be done to recover information in the case of disastrous event? Finally, a feasibility analysis determines whether the project should be continued or discontinued. The next is physical design. Here they will evaluate the security technology needed to support the blueprint designed in previous phase. The final physical design is chosen from competing alternatives. A feasibility study is done to check the organizational readiness for the proposed project. All parties involved have a chance to approve the project before implementation starts. The fifth one is implementation. It is almost similar to traditional SDLC. The security solutions are either made or bought from third party and tested, implemented and tested as a whole. Personal issues are evaluated and users are trained and documentations are created for the solutions. The entire tested package is presented to management for final approval. The last one is maintenance and change. Here, the information security systems needs constant monitoring, testing, modification, updating, and repairing. Applications that are developed under traditional SDLC are not designed to anticipate a software attack because it requires some degree of application reconstruction. As new threats are emerging and old threats are evolving, the organizational information security profile has to be updated constantly to prevent threats from penetrating sensitive data. Threats both from outside and inside has to be constantly monitored and checked with continuously new innovative technologies. This table shows the common steps between SDLC and secure SDLC and unique steps that are only available in secure SDLC. So these are the phases that has to be carried out in secure SDLC. Thus we have covered SDLC and secure SDLC in this video. Thank you for listening.